Okay, so video 11. They could go to soul music and find some type of respite, right? Some type of healing, sexual healing, right? Like a Marvin Gaye, right? What's going on? Get some kind of consciousness, right? Um, I want to take that away out of your communities, right? And then just leave you with so-called gender equality, right? Transgenderism and all this stuff, right? Okay. Okay, so they're trying to undermine you, right? Okay. Now, okay. So no country wants an invasion. The KKK, Jen Crowley, Dixiecrat Rhino, Pizza Party, Corpse America is an occupation of Republic America, and its corporate administrators are doing business as its treasonous agents. However, these administrators of Corpse America are not, nor are they legally registered themselves as foreign agents they don't have DBAs. They're not doing business. They're not registered as doing business on behalf of such foreign entities. No, what they have, how they do this little trick, because all these multinational corporations do business in other countries as well as America, right? So now if you have these multinational corporations doing business in America and then American, civil servants serving the government and who receive funds from these, multinationals, right? But based in America, right? They have the subsidiaries based in America. They don't not necessarily have to register as doing a DBA, doing business as foreign agents, right? Because this corporation is doing business all over the world, right? Even in America, right? And it may be based in America, but it's doing business in other countries. So though it's a foreign country, it may be a foreign corporation doing business. If it has its base in America, then and they receive wealth from it, they don't have to register as a foreign agent, right? So that's how they're undermining the law, right? But really, it's a criminal entity, this Corpse America, occupation of America, and then they are letting in all of these illegal aliens and oppressing and taking the tax money from the Americans republic that think they're still part of Republic America. And the reason why they're also able to get away with this treasonous behavior is because people think they're voting for American president, a president to be a person to be head the Republic America. When in reality, they're voting for a person to be. They're giving their consent by way of voting for the president to head Corpse America, right, and do their will. That's how they're usurping your power, right? Your spiritual power, right? And by making you align yourself with it, but it's all illegal, right? Um, now, so the administrators of Corpse America are not, nor have they ever been legally registered themselves as foreign agents or DBA doing business as on behalf of the foreign corpse, which is the occupation, which is like the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is a foreign entity controlled by the Rothschild Vatican, right? Okay, and it's a foreign controlling their foreign entity occupying Republic America, right? When so-called they collapse the market to help to get America initiated in World War II, right? Okay, to destroy the 6 million Jews in Germany, right? So that they could say, oh, they were persecuted. We got to start our own land, right? Start Zionism, right? The occupation of the Holy Land, right? Now. Okay, so now the corporate occupation tyrannically enforces its inhumane crimes against humanity, social, economic genocide, and more, right? Through statuary. I hope everybody understood that when they were reading it, because oh my gosh, I didn't really have a chance to edit. Right? Because if I edit it, my commentaries, right? Believe me, I would not have chance to post at all because editing takes too much time. That's why I don't edit. That's why I write in capital letters and all that, because I don't feel like stopping and capitalizing this and punctuating this and all of that stuff. I don't have time for that. That's why when I first came online, I said my writing, we're going to be like Nostradamus quadrains. You're going to have to figure a lot of it out, because I don't have time to do all the proper, not grammar, but yeah, I don't have, well, no, the grammar is fine, but I don't have time to do all the correct um, uh, writing um, skills, you know, like run-on sentences and fragmented sentences and, you know, things like that. I don't have time for that, or else I wouldn't get my work put out. So, and then most of the time, I got a lot of things to do, right? So, that's why sometimes, as I said, you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. Okay? Sometimes I just let the spelling go as it is, right? So I know I be making the mistakes. Don't get me wrong. Don't think, oh, she don't know what she's doing. No, I fucking know what I'm doing. I could do the writing correctly. I've taken college English courses. So alhamdulillah, I can write proficiently. I can write like, what's his name? Shakespeare. I can write like that. I don't have time. It would take me all day. The editing, re-editing, re-editing. Because I love English. I love writing. I love language. I have Mercury in my first house. Right? So writing is what I love to do. But I don't have time to do it so properly here on Facebook because, you know, I wouldn't get the message out, you know, in the timely manner. Okay? So you just have to, you know, deal with it. Now, as I do myself. Okay. So anyway, as I said, so now, so the corporate occupation of tyranny. Okay. No, the corporate occupation tyrannically enforces its inhumane crimes against humanity, its social economic genocide, and more through statutory mandates, okay, such as removing the will of the global its humanity, it's I don't want to say citizenry, but it's nationals, right? But through mass incarceration and more, plus, and that means it's just not limited to those statements there as an example of the tyranny that it commits, right? The crimes against humanity that it commits. Corporate America is a bandit, outlawed corporate state of being, right? It's not a state, it's a state of being, a state of action, a state of behavior, right? Okay, a state of mandates, right? Now, so, and it acts as statutory will upon the constitutionally and divinely sovereign individuals inhabiting its the land, right? Okay. Now, the land of named, wait. Okay, so it acts as statutory will upon the sovereign and divinely created humanity of the Republic America. And January 6th is an example of the brutality that they perpetrate on, you know, its nationals, right? And proof, there is no more white privilege. Y'all all niggas, you better align. Better end mass incarceration. Undo what the Corpse America did and give reparations and get your country back. MashaAllah, our country back, alhamdulillah. Our state of being back, right? Now, to maintain the monopoly, they do all this to maintain the monopoly on its oppressive pseudo position of power. The KKK, Jen Crowley, Dixiecrat, Rhino, treasonous, unregistered agents administrating the geopolitical and socio-economic unconstitutional affairs on behalf of the occupying corporations interfere with elections, thus to usurp the divine free will of the divinely created sovereign humanity of Republic America in order to hold them hostage in as debt slaves to the detriment, which is genocide, of themselves and other nations, i.e. the Afro-Kemetic Alkebulan nation of Palestine. Okay, so the administrators of the corpse, the occupying corporation, they continue to repress the divinely created sovereign humanity of Republic America, right? In order to for them to maintain in order for them to be debt slaves to create the wealth that the Corpse American can continue to use to empower itself and maintain the oppression of the global humanity and usurp the resources in order to continue to build themselves to maintain power, right? Okay. Now, so socially, economically disenfranchised, socially, economically disenfranchised communities historically struggling to survive are placed deeper into the 6-foot hole, threatened by greater homelessness, mass incarceration due to the increased lack of educational accessibility, lack of healthcare opportunities, lack of availability to secure proper nutrition, places communities at risk for places them at risk for avoidable social harms through displacement, um, uh, through displacement, by in the influx and the encouragement of illegal migration, through the migration of illegal immigrants into their communities, creates a crisis and destabilize um, uh, the world, right? Because they did the same thing in Europe, right? Created those wars, so-called war on terror, using ISIS, right? And many of the ISIS were South Americans, just like this big influx into America of these illegal aliens. They had uh, South Americans go into Syria, Iraq, and Somalia, and all of these, African countries, right? I won't say Middle Eastern because they're African. There is no Middle East, right? All these African countries, Muslim countries, Arab countries, and pretend to be Arabs, right? ISIS, so that they continue the war, the destruction of these countries and their military, defenses, right? And then displaced the humanity, and they went up into Europe, and now the Europeans are claiming that they're having problems with immigration, with immigrants, right? But that's a result of, their government supporting war in Muslim countries, supporting the Zionists, supporting Nazism, supporting the occupation of Palestine, right? And creating all these wars, right? So when the people recognize that they are being played as pawns and to support their own detriment, when they wake up and realize that and stop that, then they will see peace. It's only when you wake up from the nightmare do you have peace. Wake up from the nightmare, that is the apocalypse, the unveiling, Neptune, Saturn and Neptune in Aries, Uranus and Jupiter in Gemini, 2026, the unveiling, right? The apocalypse, right? When you wake up from the nightmare is when the haunting stops. When you wake up and you see the devil for who he is. The Devi, the Shitanyahu, the Zionist occupation, the beast for who he is. Then the nightmare stops. But as long as he can spook you, haunt you, scare you, ISIS is going to get you. ISIS is going to get you. Your life is always danger. They want your freedom. Really? They want your freedom. What freedom? Debt slave. Nigga. What freedom? No white privilege. What freedom, nigga? What freedom, Donald Trump? What freedom, MAGA? Right? Okay. Okay. What freedom, slave? Okay. So we have the social economic disenfranchised communities. Okay, we read that. Okay. Okay. So they displaced the DMT, melanin richly black Hebrew Israelite Foundation Americans, right? They displaced them from their communities, placed them at risk, right? Taking all their accessibilities to healthcare, education, the housing crisis, creating housing crisis, displacing them from their communities, right? Placing them in unavoidable social risks, right? Through the displacement, right? And by importing illegal aliens and placing them in their communities, right? Creating a crisis. They did that in Europe too. So, and the reason why they're doing that, despite the people are saying don't do it, the American people are saying don't do it, they're doing it anyway because American people are not in control. It's a Rothschild. That's a Rothschild. Or they, as they said, the World Economic Forum's agenda. Biden is following the World Economic Forum's agenda, right, to destroy America. Thus, the World Economic Forum can become the global. They want to be the new global head in Israel. I mean, in the occupied Holy Land of Palestine, the Black holiest of holies, right? They want that. They want what I am. They want what I represent. Right? They want to be what I represent, and that's Israel. MashaAllah, I am the true Israel. Alhamdulillah. Like I said, don't come after me, bitches, because I ain't playing. And it ain't Ramadan yet. So, when Ramadan comes, MashaAllah, I'm going to keep the peace. Alhamdulillah. I already won. So, whatever you got planned, believe Allah already showed me what you got planned. I already know about it. And, alhamdulillah, knowing about when you know what they got planned, you can defeat they bitch asses. Right? So, mashallah, they want to disturb you. That's how they win. When they have already lost by what they're doing in Palestine, the genocide, they are the ones not at peace. Like I said, who's a beast? Somebody kills 1,400 people, most of which was killed by the Zionists. And then they kill 100, decimate 100,000 people, most children, orphan children, bomb hospitals, kill doctors, go into hospitals and kill people. That's mad. And when someone's mad enough to dig up the remains of the deceased, that's possessed. Netanyahu is possessed. He's beyond mad. He's possessed. And remember, the beast fell. The beast fell, was kicked out of the heavens, October 15th. September 15th. And remember, October 4th, they had all those alarms go off. That was to alarm the people, to let them know the beast fell. That was them blowing the trumpets to let their people know. And it went off all over the world. That was to let the people know. Those who have ears can hear. Those who have wisdom can think. Those who have wisdom know. Those who can can see what's going on. Those who have eyes can see. That's what it was for, to let you know the beast has fallen, been kicked out of the heavens. Let's go to video 12.